No other companies do this, right? Very few other companies take you behind the scenes at all, let alone take you all the way back to the beginning and let you in on the idea and really let you be a part of the process from start until you hold the product in your hands. But we're not like other companies, so that's what we're doing in this video. Hey, I'm Mandy Gleason. I'm co-founder of Gleason and of our sister brand Replica Surfaces. If you aren't familiar with the Dallas lighting system yet, take a look at this video. It's our refined day video, and it walks you through all of the 6 functions of the Dallas lighting system from morning to night and shows you how they all integrate together to give you a little bit better day. All right, so that's me, that's Gleason, that's the Spotlight system. Now, let's rewind and go back to the very beginning, to the very first idea that led to what the Spotlight is today. Lighting has been a major pain point for our Replica Surfaces customers since day one. But on day one, I was brand new to being an entrepreneur. I knew how to create surfaces, but I didn't know how to create something as complex as a lighting system. So while that's what our customers were asking for, I didn't yet know how to give that to them, and neither did our small team. But fast forward to 2022, and I did and we did, so we were ready to make a lighting product a reality. We started by surveying our customers. We've done this at Replica over and over again to find out what your needs truly are rather than just making assumptions. So sent out a survey about lighting. Main question, what are you currently using for lighting, for your photos and for your video content? 3 answers stuck out: natural lighting, ring lights, and complex professional artificial lights. Since you're watching this, you have definitely tried at least one of these. So natural light, it's amazing because it's free, but you know how temperamental it is. I mean, natural light controls you more than you can control it. You're at the whims of the weather and the day, the sunlight, the direction your window faces. Temperamental, suboptimal, you want more control than that. The other thing, and this was a surprise to us, is a lot of people were repurposing their ring lights as product photography lights because they already had them and natural light was failing them. If you've tried to use a ring light for product photography, it works. It's suboptimal. There are better solutions than a ring light, but I get it. You were trying what you had. So the light bulb went off. People have ring lights. Clearly that's a need as well. The other solution our customers were turning to are professional artificial lights. And if you've ever tried to shop for those, it is an absolute nightmare. No one tells you exactly what you need and all the components and how they go together. So even personally, and I know more about artificial lighting than most people do, I was super intimidated when I tried to go shopping for the light that's shining down on me right now. So what I learned quickly was I couldn't just buy the whole thing as a kit if I wanted a quality light. I had to buy the light. I had to buy a softbox for the light. The softbox had to properly connect to the light via the same mounting system. So I had to learn what a Bowens mount was, and I had to make sure that both components both mounted with a Bowens mount. I then had to get a separate stand, so I purchased an extremely heavy-duty and heavy C-stand. All told, I think I had to buy 4 or 5 different components and make sure they went together. So also suboptimal, intimidating, super techy. I wanted to do better than that too. So that survey taught me what people were using, what they liked about those solutions, and what they definitely didn't like. So the didn't like was what I needed to lean into. I needed to fix those problems. The other thing that came out of that survey was the importance of storage to our customers. And that's a really interesting one because course storage is a concern. You don't want something heinously ugly sitting in your living room. You want to store it away after use. So there's a couple ways you can tackle storage, right? You can make it collapsible, like most photography equipment already is, so you can store it easily in a closet. You can make the storage a little bit easier by, say, providing a cheap canvas bag or something. So now maybe you hang it in the closet. It got a little easier. Or you can do what we decided to do, and that's hide it in plain sight. So the issue anytime you store something is you need to pull it out, set it up, set up your whole scene, do your shoot, and then disassemble everything to put it away. And because you're watching this, it's that assembly and disassembly process that sucks so much time, so much energy. It really distracts from your creative process altogether. You're feeling ready to create, and then, I have to set up for, I have a half hour or an hour or more setup to do first. So we wanted to take that headache away and let you just start creating as soon as you're ready. Hence, hiding the whole system in plain sight. And that's where our idea for making the lighting system actually a beautiful statement piece of decor, the floor lamp, came to be. So at this point, and when I say this point, I mean back in mid-2022, we knew we needed to make a lighting product that solved the product photography problem. We knew people were using ring lights, so they're also recording their face for video. So can we make this a ring light as well? We know that storage is a problem, so let's hide the entire system in plain sight in beautiful decor. That's where we're at. The other functions that to exist, the video conferencing, the circadian lifts, those came to be later in the ideation process. We were just focusing on those main three for now. And what we were really jazzed about was this concept of innovating by way of collapsing multiple uses into one product. So this is something that I have always admired in the product design sphere. And the best example is Apple. They sold you an iPhone, but what they really did was they gave you one device that does hundreds of things. So where previously you would need a physical phone and a notepad and a stopwatch and an alarm clock and infinitely more other objects, they gave you just one object that did all of those. So to reach for the stars, that's what we are also trying to do, collapsing into one thing. So with all that, I am going to dive in and show you the actual first ideation deck that was prepared for us by our product design firm. So they asked us questions and asked for design inspiration. We provided that. And these are the actual slides that they provided to us for our first ideation meeting. See, like I said, no other companies do this. So first, we answered some key questions for them to understand what our vision was with this product. We told them, develop an integrated lighting system with modular battery-powered lights, detachable diffusers, and light stand. That's what we created, but as you'll see, that vision gets more and more solidified with each round of ideation. Of course, every product has to relate to the brand that it's a part of, so the design firm also wanted to know about that. We told them this: photography products that are high-end, check, beautiful, check, and accessible, definitely check, that will fit with an in-home aesthetic and have dual use, should be usable with our studio and surfaces. So see, we're only talking dual use at this time. All of the other functions that we've baked into the Dallas Spotlight, those weren't even glimmers in our eyes yet. We also let the firm know what we aren't. So we are not cheap black plastic, cheap touch points, or a techie appearance. That's already out there. That is not what we're creating. And then a key point, and this is where that storage or hidden in plain sight element comes into play. The firm needed to know, where does the product live when it's not in use? So this is our description, and this is word for word. In the home, either as a floor lamp or on your desk tabletop. Many of our customers have small New York or LA apartments where floor space is at a premium. So yeah, I included that typo because, like I said, these are the exact answers we gave the firm, so you gotta include the typo too. In addition to answering these questions and a bunch more about materials that we liked and other things, we also gave them inspiration images. And what you'll notice is that some of these are lamps, but most of them aren't. And that's a really key point, that when you're designing a new product, you should take inspiration from niches that have absolutely nothing to do with the niche that you're in. So we have talked about the original idea and the importance of lighting, the multiple problems that we're solving with the Dallas Spotlight system, and where we got our inspiration, both within the lighting world and from outside of it. And we couldn't have done any of that without you. From answering all of our surveys to always communicating your lighting pain points. Now, as I sit here, we're 90% of the way there. What we need are your orders in January, either January 12th when they open to the public, or if you have an early access pass, January 10th. Launching new products is really not that hard when you're a massive corporation with tons of people and an unlimited budget. But when you're a small, bootstrapped company like we are, every order actually makes a difference. So thank you so much for making that difference. If you enjoy coming behind the scenes and going back to the beginning, make sure you've seen part 1 of this interview. We're sharing the secrets of the Spotlight, and it is truly candid and really honest just about what this process entails for a small business. And then part 2 actually lands next weekend, so come back and join us for that.